Hey guys, it's Brian the Shaving Geek here with another episode of My Shave of the Day. Had a great shave today and excited to tell you about it. Today, I took a little bit of a different approach to the way that I chose my gear. Usually when I choose my gear, it's kind of a grab stuff off the shelf, sniff it, what am I in the mood for kind of thing. And I kind of just wing it, throw it together, what pairs well with what, and grab a razor and I go. But today I put a little bit more thought into it than that, and so I'll kind of explain as I go along my thought process behind it. Now, one of the things that I am doing right now is I am doing, somebody had suggested, I can't even remember who it was, but it suggested that we do Artisan April. And well, for me, about 98.73%, I don't know how much, but like the vast majority of my den is Artisan, especially on the soap side. I've gotten quite a number of aftershaves on that are Artisan, but I'm doing this more on the soap side. On the aftershave side, I'm just kind of mixing in what pairs well with what I have. So on the Artisan side, 90, whatever, the vast majority of my soaps are Artisan. In fact, I think I can count on probably one hand the number of ones that I have that are actually not Artisan, and 3 or 4 of those are actually creams. Anyhow, so today I am kind of going with that theme, but I chose this particular soap that I use today for another reason, and I'll kind of tell you about that as we go along. So anyhow, on to the shave. Today I got back up my Neep custom brush. As you know, I said it, I believe in my last shave of the day, this was a brush that really didn't get a lot of love from me, just because predominantly because the knot is fairly floppy. And at that point in time, I really was looking for a little bit more scritch and a little bit more backbone. But again, now that I've gotten used to the Plasan, and I've revisited this brush has probably, it's not come to the top of the heap. That's where my Plasan is right now. But this is definitely, I would say, probably my number 2 brush now in my den. And just really, really love this brush. I love the story behind it. I love the performance of it. I love the look of it. Just love this brush, and so glad to have it in my den. So that's what I use today, my Neep custom Lionhead made out of Kenyan soapstone. Love this brush. For my razor today, this was one of the items that I chose specifically for this shave because of the meaning of it. And this is my grandfather's Milord razor. Now, this razor is one that I absolutely love to use. It's a very, very comfortable performer for me. Not a very aggressive razor, but just a very comfortable shaver. And so I love to use it. But the fact that it was my grandfather's razor is definitely means the world to me. And this week, in part because of it being spring, and my grandfather was somebody who was a farmer, and he always raised a garden, and so this time of the year, we would have been prepping, looking forward to planting the garden, and thinking about ordering chicks and all of that kind of stuff. And this is my first spring without him, and miss him big time. And then the other thing is that this week I went to my son's school for a production that they were doing, and checked in at the office, and the secretary there, I had never met her before, is somebody who, she said to me, she said, "Are you Malcolm Wells' grandson?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am." And she is somebody who used to go to church with my grandfather. And so, it just, all of those things, really this week I've just been thinking about my grandfather and missing him a lot. And so, using this razor just helps me kind of think about him and connect me to him. And that's one of the things that I really, really enjoy about this hobby. I know I'm not the only one who, finds more than just a great shave or, the enjoyment in the sense and whatnot. But I've seen a number of people talk about how, maybe an aftershave, the smell of an aftershave reminds them of their father or their uncle or their grandfather or somebody special in their life. And so that's one of the aspects of this hobby that I really, really enjoy. And for me, my greatest connection to, you know, a family member is through this razor, my grandfather's razor, and just so glad to have it in my den. Not the prettiest razor that I have, but definitely my most cherished razor. And this is one of those family keepsakes that will be passed on to my son someday. Also, I should mention that the blade I have in this is a Gillette Silver Blue. I was on Shave 2. Love the Gillette Silver Blues. I would say right now my favorite blade are Kai's, but due to the price point on Kai's, my second favorite would be the Gillette Silver Blues, which are still a little bit more expensive than some of the other blades, but just all around the performance of them, definitely my go-to blade. Really, really love them and glad to have them in my den. Now, my soap today, I chose Courage by Soap Commander. Today I went and had my taxes done. And as I was thinking about that this morning, I was thinking, boy, I need a good dose of courage. And so I used this soap today. Those of you who live outside of the U.S., I'm not sure exactly what your tax process is like. But for us in the U.S., April 15th is the deadline, unless you file for an extension and all that kind of stuff. But for those of us who are kind of quote-unquote normal taxpayers, April 15th is the deadline. And so I went and had my taxes done prior to the deadline, and a good dose of courage was needed to go in and face that. It wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. In fact, the funny thing is I owed the same amount this year as I owed last year. And so I don't know how that happened, but I thought that was kind of funny. But I'm not here to talk about taxes. We're here to talk about soap. And this stuff, my friends, is awesome. I just love this scent. Woo! It is, I think Nick Shaves, described it as a cologne type scent. I don't, there's just so many notes going on here. I don't even know how. I think he kind of likened it to an Axe body spray, but in a good way, not in a bad way. It's just this modern, crisp, just a wonderful, wonderful scent. The performance on this is just awesome. Darren and Carrie have knocked it out of the park with this product. If I had any complaint about this, I do wish that the scent was just a wee bit stronger. Compared to the Thanksgiving, this is a bit of a softer scent. But that being said, it's an awesome scent. And my biggest regret is that I did not buy the balm when I bought this soap. I bought this and Thanksgiving together, and I didn't buy the balms because I thought, you know what? Well, at that point in time, I didn't like balms. I've got a tendency to have oily skin, and so I didn't really want anything that was going to add to that feeling. And so I bought the Courage and the Thanksgiving, and with my order, they sent a sample of the Thanksgiving. And as soon as I used that, I realized what a fool I'd been. And so I got some gift cards at Christmas time, and right away I went to Maggard for Maggard's. I got some gift certificates, and right away my plan was to go and rectify my mistake. Now, the good thing is that they had Thanksgiving balm in stock. The bad thing was at that time they didn't have Courage balm in stock. So I still need to rectify my mistake, but I'm glad to have the soap and looking forward to soon, hopefully, rectifying the error of my ways. But this stuff, just phenomenal scent. Woo, I love it. And it's just a very, very classy, cologne-y type scent. And the performance on this is just out of this world. Just great cushion, glide, great post-shave feel. I just can't say enough about it. And glad to have that. I need to get some more Soap Commander product. Now, because I didn't have the balm in the den, today I paired the Courage with the fresh Vetiver. And this stuff is just awesome. Woo! I love it. The fine aftershaves are great stuff, and I would really recommend if you aren't quite sure what to get the sampler pack, or do like I did and have your sister-in-law buy the sampler pack for your brother, so that you can smell them and figure out which ones you like and which ones you don't. However, that being said, they're all awesome. So I would say just start buying them. And if you don't like them, you'll be able to trade them off. I guarantee you that. But I don't think you're going to want to do that. Awesome stuff. Love it. Really enjoyed that today. So it was 2 passes. I didn't quite get BBS. Definitely a DFS today. Very, very happy with my shave. So just to recap, Rod Neep Lionhead Custom Brush, Soap Commander Courage, my grandfather's Gillette Milord with a Gillette Silver Blue on shave number 2, and then the fine, fresh vetiver. This is Brian the Shaving Geek reporting live from my shave den, wishing you a lifetime of happy shaves. Have a great day, everybody.